even as the government is looking to make amendments to the Waqf Act to regulate the powers of the Waqf boards across different parts of the country, the concern over allegations of land grab, however, remain. Remember that the Waqf Amendment Bill is currently being studied by the Joint Parliamentary Committee of Parliament. The bill for the proposed amendments comes at a time when farmers in the state of Karnataka just recently complained of an alleged bid to take over 15,000 acres of their land on the part of the Waqf board. The BJP alleged that the Congress has given unchecked powers to the Waqf. However, the Congress government in Karnataka intervened and withdrew the notices with immediate effect. Amid those complaints, the Waqf JPC chairman, Mr. Jagdambika Pal, has hit the ground running and is looking into complaints of the aggrieved farmers and is meeting those who claim to have been affected by the overarching powers of the Waqf board.
Already Parliament has constituted a joint parliamentary committee. We are visiting throughout the country also. And after a detailed deliberation and discussions, then we are going to just prepare a comprehensive report and we will submit to the Parliament on the floor of the House in the next winter session, in the first week of the last day. Even in some mutt and temples, even now Waqf board are claiming, I think so it will create a panic because without any documents, without anything.
Now, those allegations have been made by several farmers who had, of course, made their own representations before different politicians in the state of Karnataka, claiming that they'd received notices from the Waqf board. This is specifically in Vijaypura, in Karnataka, where the Waqf board claimed that the land that they were using to till was, in fact, a property of the Waqf. Thereafter, of course, they made their own representations before the government as well, and the state government, following an outrage, stepped in and rescinded those notices that had been dispatched to these farmers on the part of the Waqf board. Jagdambika Pal, the chairman of the Joint Parliamentary Committee that's looking into the amendments to the Waqf Act, was in Karnataka speaking to people who, of course, raised these concerns as well with their own local representatives, and now, of course, to the JPC. He also, of course, spoke to our correspondent Deepak Bopanna there as well. Let me go across to Deepak now for more on that. Deepak, how did the interactions between the JPC chairman looking into the Waqf Amendment Bill, Mr. Jagdambika Pal, and the farmers, among others, pan out in Karnataka? Deepak, if you can hear me. We'll try to get back in touch once again with Deepak Bopanna, but Mr. Jagdambika Pal has been in Karnataka looking into some of the grievances that have been raised over allegations of land grab on the part of the Waqf board by residents, including, of course, in Vijaypura, where farmers had raised this concern. Let's once again listen in to that short interview between Jagdambika Pal and, of course, our correspondent Deepak Bopanna in Karnataka.
Already Parliament has constituted a joint parliamentary committee. We are visiting throughout the country also. And after a detailed deliberation and discussions, then we are going to just prepare a comprehensive report and we will submit to the Parliament on the floor of the House in the next winter session, in the first week of the last day. Even in some mutt and temples, even now Waqf board are claiming, I think so it will create a panic because without any documents, without anything.
Well, let me immediately go across to Deepak. Deepak, Mr. Jagdambika Pal was in Karnataka looking into a lot of these claims that have been made over alleged land grab as well. What have been his findings so far? Take us through that interaction that you had with him.
We should note that this is a three-part visit of Mr. Jagdambika Pal here. Earlier in the day, he was in Hubli. There, a few lawyers, farmer groups, BJP leaders, all of them meeting him, submitting a memorandum. Then, of course, his visit was in Vijaypura, where for the last few days they've been holding a protest here, demanding that there should be action that should be initiated against anybody who's been issuing notices to the farmers, and more importantly, for the centre to take cognizance of the same. Today, you had the JPC chairman, of course, visit here, assure the people that, when the winter session of the Parliament comes by, there will be, action that will be taken against all of these complaints, and more importantly, there will be a law that will be brought in that will protect the people from anyone who's trying to wrongfully claim their land. especially through the Waqf Amendment Bill. And next, of course, he heads to Belagavi, where once again there is a plan to meet a few farmer groups.
Okay.
And then eventually, of course, he flies out of Karnataka.
Right, thanks a lot for that, Deepak. We'll see how that visit pans out as well. For the time being, we're slipping into a short break. We'll come back to you with a lot more on the other side.